This is Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Mixmaster. He's one of the Constructicons. He's a Voyager class figure. And, in the movie, again, as I said, one of the inconsistencies I've seen is that he's in robot mode. And his alt mode has just merged with Devastator. Now, it's either there were two Mixmasters or two separate Decepticons with the same alt modes. I don't know. I both theories do sound plausible, but I still think it's a lapse on Michael Bay's part. But anyway, it doesn't really matter as long as he was there. He was awesome. He died a very interesting death under the hands of Jetfire, so it was great. Um, this guy is a triple changer. He's got a third mode, which we will show first before his alt mode. Here is his robot mode. And I must say, this is probably one of the most articulate figures I've ever seen. He's got 9 points of articulation on each of his arms. I mean, you heard of too much of a good thing is a bad thing. In his case, he can go either way. I'd rather have too much articulation than too little articulation, so he's fine with me. The official transformation is you poke out these two knee pads, but I don't think it's necessary. He looks great as it is. His skinny legs didn't bother me as much as I thought they would, and honestly, I love this figure, and I liked him. I like the character in the movie, and if you haven't gotten this figure and you've seen him on the shelf, I say pick him up. He's a worthy purchase. He's a very wide figure, not as tall and lanky as some of the Voyagers are. But he more than makes up for what he lacks. He's got this big ass truck cab. I mean, no pun intended. On his ass, and he's got a lot of armor plating on him here all over his forearms, which will be in play when we turn him into his battle mode. Okay, last thing I want to say about him is his very articulate neck. He'd crane it out and look anywhere. 360 on the ball jointed head. Very nice actually. Get him into a lot of decent poses. So I love this figure. If you haven't picked him up, I say pick him up. He looks a little bit like this guy right here, Movie 1 Bone Crusher. Yeah, some resemblance because of the long arms, but looks like a brother of Bone Crusher or something. Okay, let's get into his third mode first. Well, this is his first mode, robot mode. He has a battle mode, or the box says he's a triple changer, and I think this is a lot more a legitimate third mode than, let's say, Soundwave, or well, Rampage is okay. He's a good triple changer, but he's not indicated as a triple changer on the box. Now, the battle mode, as you've seen in the movie, is when he blasts into a cannon. He transforms into a cannon, and you do that by detaching the cab and putting up the legs. I'll show you the official transformation as stated in the instructions. Okay, it sort of like jumps on you, which is nice. I think it's a good concept by Michael Bay, or at least the designers. Something like this. Okay. It's like he's pounced on you, and now he's blasting you. Something like that. I don't really buy it. It looks nice. It's like a scorpion mode. But he's just too frail, and he just moves around too much for me. But this is the official mode. It's okay. I mean, it's nice. It looks very movie accurate. But for me, what I did is I sort of made it more compact. I did notice there are peg holes here, and there's a peg right there. So a lot of people probably have noticed that as well. But what I did was I just tabbed in that peg. Did the same here. Okay. Oh. Right. Let me do that again. Okay. Tab it here. Tab it here. And by doing so, you've given him sort of like a more bunker type of mode than the Scorpion mode. So he's a lot tighter. Let me just arrange the fingers. He's a lot tighter. He can still be a cannon, but he's a lot tighter and a lot more stable in this bunker mode. I call it a bunker mode because he's like a bunker protected by all this armor. And just to cover up all this space, what I did was I rotated the feet and just use it as a sort of an extra shield on the side. And he looks pretty awesome this way, in my opinion at least. You see both Decepticon symbols on top, and he's very compact, very stable. He can still be a cannon, he can still peer out through his craning neck, and I like it this way. He's pretty stable, he's not going to go anywhere, he's not going to flop around, you know, like so. So, very nice. This is just me. A little bit cubical in some ways, but I like it. Okay, to get him into his cement mixer mode, okay, just straighten him up, detach everything. You could bring him back to his robot mode, but it is not necessary. Okay, but you could just to make it easier for you. Okay, what you want to do is collapse the head. Okay, you can start by transforming the legs, the hips, by unfolding the legs this way. Okay, and then rotating the roof, which will be the roof of the cab. Okay. Oh, what did I do? Oh, okay. Oops. Okay. Okay. Like so. And then what you want to do is, well, you can go ahead and join the legs together. Taking too much time with the legs. Okay. 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 Oh, you're doing so well in practice. What happened? Okay. It's on a ball joint and a hinge, so, you know. Okay, enough of that. Well, then what you want to do is pull out the entire back section. It just spreads out this way. Okay, pull everything out. Okay, make sure the truck cab is in front, and rotate the truck cab this way. Okay, rotate the entire torso upward, and then rotate the exhaust ports. Okay, you want to do the exhaust ports before you tab. Okay, before you tab in everything. Okay, and then just like that, you can transform him. Okay, mount the legs on top. Okay, and just close everything in. Okay, and then tab, and then the truck cab in front just collapses over the entire feet assembly. Oops, sorry, folded the tab, then collapse. Okay, then close the roof. Okay, that's half of it. The other half is a little bit tricky, which we will probably devote in part 2. Okay, so I apologize for the 2-part, but this is a triple changer, so bear with me.